We're live! We're not live.
Not live. You can't even get into your seat.
I can't even get into my seat because Jacqueline's in the way. Jacqueline, you want to get down, please?
At least show them Jack instead of your ass in your sweatpants.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Jack, get down, please.
This is probably just your butt crack.
Honestly, though, you're getting off the wrong way. You're going to knock everything down, baby.
I love you. Thanks
Get
for
down
coming.
over here, please. No, over here, please.
No,
Okay.
in this 1 inch space where I knock over all the hot chocolate.
Yeah, oh my god. Alright, much better, eh, Jack? Alright.
I love you. Did you hit record?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did, but it's like locking the door. You gotta double check when someone fucking asks you that.
You're really embarrassing.
Don't you? Like,
It'd be really embarrassing if we sat here for like an hour.
Right, yeah. Did we leave the stove on? You never actually know. You always have to go double check. Right? Or you worry
That's
about
true.
it the whole time. Oh, fuck. Okay. Alright. Okay, I've already started this off with some swearing, so we're officially demonetized. There's no going back.
Not like anybody's watching it to get us monetized anyway.
Yeah, but no, it's good to have a track record with YouTube. They like flag accounts.
They flag them for anything, so it doesn't actually matter.
I suppose. But I mean, like, Leafy is here. Like,
They'll flag us for saying the word flag.
Right, really, though. Like, Leafy is here, and, like, Filthy Frank will never get a monetized video. Ever. Because of their account history. They
Filthy Frank is creepy, though.
They're automatically demonetized. They have to
I wouldn't
fight
give
it.
him money either.
Right? Their videos are, like, automatically demonetized as soon as they upload them.
Don't tell me, don't eat that during the
During the podcast. Okay, Jesus.
That's dirt.
You're dirt. I actually was hungry.
Nah.
Finally, yeah.
Well, pause it and finish your fries.
No, let's keep on going.
No, fine, eat your fries.
I don't. No, I don't. I want to get this done.
No, you can eat your fries, and then if you make some mess, don't expect people to not make fun of you.
Just eat my fries on the podcast.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do that.
Like a mukbang. But I already ate 2 plates of chili cheese fries.
Alright, what's I guess we should do a welcome or an intro.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jake and I'm Hill. Welcome back to the No Name Series podcast.
Sup?
This week, or should I say month, podcast is on Pride. We have a horrible upload schedule. But we have lots of ideas for new podcasts.
We have a schedule.
No, that's how bad we are. We don't even have a schedule.
I mean, at least I didn't schedule a nap during the podcast this time.
Yeah, well, it's not over yet. Our podcast schedule just revolves around my school schedule. And since I don't have 18,000 assignments a day due, now we have another podcast.
Only $18,000 in debt to do. What? for school?
Oh, for school.
Student loans. Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't know. Government pays for my school.
Cool.
Hi, my privilege is showing.
Alright, so today's topic is Pride.
Yeah, it's Pride Month, everybody. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
So we are in Newfoundland, in St. John's. So our Pride is not even during Pride Month. So, this month is Pride Month, but our Pride Week is July 10th to the 19th.
That's so weird.
It is weird. I don't know why it isn't during Pride Month. Maybe it's just because we have bad weather all the time.
It's probably because we have bad weather all the time. They probably tried to schedule in June, for years, and they were like, it always got pushed to July somehow.
Yeah, like it still snowed or something during the parade. July and August are only good months, so that makes sense. But Global Pride is June 27th, so that's worldwide.
That's deadly.
Yeah, so on their website they have a 24-hour stream on June 27th for people to go into. And they have performances by artists, and they have speeches by campaigners and activists and public figures.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so it's going on all the time because people are in different time zones.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a global event for Pride, actually. I thought,
Me
like,
neither.
everyone just did, like, their own, like, provincial or territorial thing.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Until I did my research.
That's deadly.
Yeah, so, I went and I researched a lot of Canadian history.
On Pride.
Yeah, about Pride and, like, the LGBTQ community. So, in case you don't know, I'm going to tell you.
I don't know, man. I'm not the hugest fan of just reading out a list.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I am reading out important facts of our history. Today in history.
I was gonna say, aren't you the one that like thinks history is super hella mega boring? You're always like,
Super boring.
oh, I hate history.
Okay, here's
So
the
you're
thing.
gonna make a boring
History
podcast
is boring.
about history.
No, history is boring. I am not boring. Look at my eyeshadow. You can tell. Okay.
I think if history is boring, then anything associated with history, like by association.
Okay, let's play a game. You tell me / guess what the letters of LGBTQIA2S stands for.
Lesbian, lesbian, gay, LGBT, trans, LGBT, what? Bi.
Bisexual.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans,
Gender.
Because it's offensive to just say trans, right?
Yes.
Because it could be like inferred as transsexual, which is super hella homophobe.
No, I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure.
No, I thought transsexual was like a derogatory term for cross-dressers before transgender was a thing. Like, like if you saw a transgender person at a bar, like expressing themselves, right, as like they're like, say like they're a drag queen or something at a bar, right, and you see them, right, you'd be like, ugh, transsexual, right, like that was like normal then, like back when.
Ever ago.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, like it was like a slur or like a mean word.
Okay, so we have LGBT.
Yeah, transgender. Q is queer.
Or questioning.
Or questioning. Yeah.
I.
I actually don't know what the IAS3 or whatever stands for. There's a 3 in there now, right?
There's a 2.
There's a 2 in there. Okay, alright.
Yeah, okay, so it stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex.
Right.
I forgot queer, questioning, intersex. A is. What is A? A is. Let me refer to my notes. I don't want to say anything not true. A is asexual / allied, and 2S stands for two-spirited.
Oh, two-spirited. Yes, actually, I've heard of two-spirited before. My dad explained that to me. He had one of his native friends explain it to him. Was that like people that are gay or part of the LGBTQ community in within Native communities, in their history for the longest time, they were always respected and seen as someone who was two-spirited, right? Yeah, because it was seen that you were reincarnated 7 times, and you can be reincarnated an equal amount of times as a boy or a girl, but then one time, right? You can be reincarnated as one more than the other, right? One more than the other. That's why it's 7.
That's like a
right?
lot of reincarnation.
Yeah, and
that's like a lot of pressure on my spirit.
Right?
Like my soul is tired.
Well, apparently you live for 7 grandfathers, right? And like everything's done through 7 grandfathers.
Or grandmothers.
Or yeah, and but then sometimes rather than being one or the other, you're both, and that's two-spirited.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, and two-spirited people are usually made to be like marriage counselors, or like but like relationship counselors.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
At the hair on the tongue. I let the dog up my mouth.
and like very well respected in their communities. Always, it's never been a bad thing.
Well, I didn't
As
know
far as I
that.
know.
I'm glad that you brought that up, actually. 'Cause
Yeah, I have a
I
few.
didn't know that.
I have a few nuggets of knowledge when it comes to this stuff.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some history. So this starts in 1969.
Nice.
The history that I've written down ends in 2009. Excuse me. And I'm not sure if, one, I just didn't do enough research, or two, nothing like actual, like crazy important happened between 2009 and 2020. Although, I just seen that the Supreme Court ruled in favor of LGBT rights.
I was gonna say one major thing happened in 2016, right before Obama was moved out of office by this fucking Trump character. I mean, it was like 3 months.
Yeah, he's not a real person. He's a character.
Yeah. It was like 3 months. Well, it's because he's just willing to say whatever I think will get people to listen to him.
Yeah.
So he really is just a character.
Yeah, because people are following him because they're wondering what obnoxious, crazy things he's about to say.
Yeah, well, more than that. But I mean, like realistically, he's putting on a character when he's out there. You never see who this person really is.
No.
Is my point by saying that. But about 3 months before Obama was or before Trump was elected, he made a federal law that gay marriage is legal.
Was legal?
Yeah, legal. Federal law across the United States, all 51 states or whatever.
So it should be.
Yeah, so it should be.
However,
that was a big thing in 2016.
Oh, and also a couple of days ago, I read a news article that said that Trump made it so that transgender people in the U.S. can't get their medical care.
Yeah, that's right. Like medical care relating to being transgender and like transitioning.
And like counseling and stuff. Yeah.
And counseling and any operations or homotherapy or anything like that is all outlawed.
And I don't think he should have the right to tell people what to do with their bodies, but okay.
Well, the government always likes to butt in on these things for some reason.
Yeah.
It's
none of their business. What people are doing.
Well, I mean, when they passed that law about the bathrooms, it was 3 old white men that signed the bill.
About bathrooms?
Yeah, about like fucking where you can use the bathroom as a transgender person.
But when you gotta go, you gotta go. Whatever result that goes into.
I think it's fucking dumb that we got separate bathrooms anyway. I think we should just have like, as far as like men's urinals go, those should all just be replaced with toilets, just like the women's bathrooms, and we should just have 2 of those in every building rather than gendered fucking bullshit. Personally.
Yeah, when I worked at a gas station.
So you don't need urinals as a man. Right.
Certainly not as a woman. But when I worked at a gas station, sometimes when a customer would be in the women's, I would go and use the men's, even though it was super gross. And when I come out, all the male customers that would be lined up would just be staring at me.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
I don't give a fuck, bro.
I don't know. Like that scene in Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah.
When the kids walk in on her, and she's like, ah! With the bird in her hand.
Yeah.
It was funny.
No, yeah. I think it's fucking dumb, the bathroom thing. Because, like, your whole life, you and your sister and your mom and your brother and your dad all share the same bathrooms. Your whole fucking life.
Yeah.
Like.
But, like, not in public.
Not in public, though.
No, not in public. Everyone has to use separate bathrooms in public. Which, I mean, like, men and women's bathrooms are good for, like, stopping, like predators, like,
yeah,
of little kids.
Yeah,
right?
Predators, yeah, like, there could be, like male predators are the most common. There could be male predators in female bathrooms, trying to, molest children, or,
yeah.
I mean, like, but then again, like fathers being a more dedicated role in the household, similar to a mother's role in the household, is a lot more common these days, right? Like, those gender roles are basically switched, or, like, are not basically non-existent in a lot of households.
Mm-hmm.
Like, men are out taking their kids to the bathroom all the fucking time, like taking their little girl to the men's bathroom because they're going to the men's bathroom.
Yeah, because men can't take their daughters into the women's.
Yeah, which, again, also weird. Like, you know what I mean?
You just need family bathrooms everywhere.
That's true. Family bathrooms are already a thing.
You should just have, just separate stalls for everybody. Just, family. And then person in person.
I don't know.
Like human and human bathrooms.
I'm not sure if it would be that much harder to just contract someone to do like straight drywall and do separate private bathrooms. You know what I mean? Like rather than installing one giant sink in a giant room, install several small sinks in small rooms.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think we're saying the same thing.
Yeah, we are saying the same thing. I'm just saying, like, I think it wouldn't be any much more. I don't think it would be much more difficult as a contractor or as like someone designing a building to actually design bathrooms so that there's like, I don't know how many stalls in a women's bathroom usually 5, 3 in a men's, 6 in a women's, 3 in a men's usually.
Like at the mall there's like 20, but like. I mean, it depends. At Walmart or it's at McDonald's, there's 2.
Yeah.
At Walmart, there's like 5.
Yeah. So I mean, like, honestly, if a place were to have like 2 bathrooms with say 5 stalls and like 3 urinals, say, just do like 10 fucking individual rooms with just tiny sinks and tiny toilets. You know what I mean? Well, not necessarily tiny, but just tiny rooms. You know.
Yeah.
Rather than like these big giant rooms. That way you eliminate
It'd be
sex, you eliminate gender, you eliminate fucking predators.
More like cleanly for COVID because, like right now with COVID, people are like pooping next to each other, and when they flush, the spray goes like 6 feet in every direction, right?
Yeah.
So like, I don't want your poop particles, your COVID poop particles. You know, so if we have separate rooms.
Does COVID spread through feces? Fecal matter?
And I don't know, like, it spreads through moisture droplets, and your colon absorbs the water.
Your colon also excretes mucus when you shit.
Hi, welcome to our podcast. Okay, let's talk about some history and not human feces.
Well, like otherwise, like your anal cavity would be like super dry. You'd never be able to poop. You gotta have some water.
That's definitely 100% of my problems.
I'm just dehydrated, man.
That's not possible. If I was any more hydrated, I would just be a blob of water. I'd be jello. So in 1969, Canada decriminalized homosexual acts between consenting adults. So before that, it was illegal.
Okay, that's still just dumb in the first place.
Right?
That's like making it illegal to do heroin. Like, okay, yeah, it's illegal to do heroin, but guess what? If I got heroin, unless I'm fucking shooting up in front of a cop, guess what I'm gonna do?
Right? I think it's stupid that they even criminalized it in the first place.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
Why is it any of your business where I'm putting my penis/vagina?
It's like. Well, I mean, like, then where do you draw the line? Like, it's like criminal act to like commit bestiality, but it's the same thing.
But, I mean, like that's for a really good reason.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like if nobody knows that it's happening, it's the same difference.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So it's
but
like why even have it criminalized in the fucking first place?
Like if you get caught, you'll be like charged.
Then at least if you get caught, you'll be charged. Yeah. Right. But I mean, like at the same time, like when it's when it's humans and humans, it's not like a human witnessing someone fucking an animal and then calling,
or like a human and a child.
Yeah,
like
it's
separate things.
If you're trying to have gay sex with someone and you're an adult, the person that you're trying to have gay sex with,
is
probably trying to have gay sex too, right? Like chances are you found your.
My boyfriend is.
It's like you've probably found your group of people that that you're gonna get along with.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, chances are those people aren't going to be like, 911, like...
True.
Right?
So, in 1971, 100 people gathered at Parliament Hill for Canada's first gay liberation protest and march. They presented a list of 10 demands for equal rights and protections to the government.
See, I'm terrible with history. What year was that?
1971.
Awesome. That's good. It's the first real, like, protest where they demanded rights. Deadly. What was the rights? What was 10?
I didn't read that. Don't call me out in front of everyone.
You should be prepared for that.
Bro, I spent like 4 hours writing this up.
Bro, you should know that I'm gonna call you out.
Do your own research. Why are you even here?
You know that I'm gonna call you out.
Pride Week 1973 was held in Vancouver, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, Saskatoon, and Winnipeg.
That's deadly.
Yeah, that was like the first, like, Like Pride Week, after they gave them their lists.
Their rights.
Yeah.
They were just like, we want these rights, and they were probably expecting the government to be
We
like,
want a glittery parade with floaties.
honestly, there was that one
number
like
one.
there was like that hyper flamboyant guy that like was just so annoying that eventually on the bottom of the demands list was that.
It was me. That's who it was. I was that man in another life.
It was like, oh my god, just fucking Hillary really wants the fucking floaty and shit.
Leotards, just glitter leotards for everyone.
Just put it on the fucking demands list to shut them up.
In 1973, homosexuality was removed as a disorder from the Diagnostics and Statistics Manual of Mental Disorders.
Good.
Which is a really hard name to say when you have a lisp.
Well then.
That's all you guys heard just then.
Good thing there wasn't a law saying that that lisps were illegal too. Or a disorder.
I would have been arrested after saying that just now.
Or hold on. Well, lisps are a disorder, so if you have to find your disorder in that book, you have a hard time.
I can't say it. I can't say the book that I need to research but if I have a disorder.
Yeah, you just go to the library and you're like
do you have the
Probably shouldn't be laughing about lisps, but I mean,
I have one.
do you? No.
Months.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can't say months. I forgot about that. You say months.
Months.
No. Oh.
Okay, so in 1977, the Montreal police raided 2 gay bars, arresting 146 patrons, which were all gay men. They were held for 8 hours and given STD tests and not permitted to call their lawyers. The next day, 2,000 people blocked off the streets where they were arrested around the bars in a protest. The police rode motorcycles into the crowds, clubbing protesters who threw beer bottles at police, which is what's happening right now
In
with
the
the
United States,
Black Lives
Black
Matter
Lives
movement.
Matter. Yeah,
The same thing is happening again.
That's why.
But now gay people have rights, and you know what? Keep throwing beer bottles. No, I'm just kidding. Don't don't do that. Keep protesting.
I
for
think
people's
Gandhi
rights.
was onto something with the peaceful protest.
Yeah, and you know what? That man was really hungry too, though.
Yeah, but at the same time, like,
I just got
If-
hot chocolate on my white outfit.
you're showing the government that like not only can we stand out here for 3 hours, but if we wanted to, as a group collectively, we could stand here forever, right? And
I mean,
the economy
if I
will
didn't
not
have
work.
a dog to go back to.
The economy will not have money circulating through it, which terrifies the government.
Yeah.
Right. And that is what Gandhi used to fucking get the British out of India.
You didn't give a shit.
Is that he was like, I will starve myself and I will have everyone here watch me and sit here and protest with me, right? And you're not gonna have any workers for your slave economy.
Do you
Right.
think that he ever went home at night and ordered a pizza real quick?
Nah. No.
No. That's what I would do. I would all day. I'd be like, I'm fasting for this, and then I'd go home and order like 2 extra larges.
But events like that's why it's so important to protest as well. Right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Because it fucking
People
calls-
should have rights.
calls out the injustice.
I don't
right?
know what people have to be segregated.
And more often than not, the police are happy to fucking prove your point for some reason. You don't even have to do anything. You just have to
Yeah,
stand
you're
there.
like, oh, you guys are committing police brutality, and they're like, police brutality? That's fucking ridiculous. I'm gonna commit police brutality on you.
Right? He starts beating you with a fucking baton. Or fucking in one of my friend's cases, she chained herself to a tree and they fucking came up. They came up and cattle prodded her in the fucking neck to unchain her.
Like a taser?
Cattle prod.
What does that mean?
It's what they use on cattles when they tase them in the head to kill them.
So yes, a taser.
Yeah, but except like super mega high power taser that.
Is she live?
Yeah, she's live, but like she's a fucking terrified of electricity.
That's fair.
Yeah, because she got cattle prodded in the fucking neck.
Why do they even have a cattle prod? She's not a cattle.
No, exactly. We need to demilitarize the police. That's why.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm not saying they shouldn't have fucking any weapons, but I'm saying that, like...
Not like that. Why would
Yeah.
you have a cattle prod? You're not on a farm.
Because it's a taser on a fucking stick, bro. Except it's a super high power taser.
Okay. That's mental.
Yeah.
1977, Quebec passes a gay civil rights law, which makes it illegal to discriminate against gay people, which happened after the raid. By 2001, all provinces and territories did this, except for Alberta, PEI, and the Northwest Territories.
Of course, Alberta and PEI didn't fucking do that.
Oh, Alberta gets worse. Just wait.
I know Alberta gets worse. They never got better.
In 1976, the Immigration Act lifted a ban prohibiting homosexuals from immigration. Which I didn't even know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they weren't allowed to immigrate from other countries.
There was a huge AIDS scare then as well. Which makes sense.
I know, which makes me mad that gay people still aren't allowed to give blood. It's 2020. And they're still not.
They're allowed to give blood in Canada, but I don't know about the States, but in Canada we just have really strict laws behind it.
I don't know, but when I went to
Because
give...
you can't just, honestly, in my opinion, you can't just go be like, oh, I promise I don't have AIDS. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I went to give blood, and it said, it was like, have you been in contact with a monkey in 60 days? Have you traveled anywhere in the past 6 months? Have you had sex with a gay man? Like... But what if I had sex with a gay monkey in another country? Could I still donate as long as I'm not having gay sex?
No, because you're in contact with a monkey.
I think it's stupid. I think anybody, like, if someone is dying and needs a blood transfusion, are they going to not accept blood from someone because they are a gay man?
Yeah, because in that emergency situation, you don't know. If somebody needs a blood transfusion, there's like fucking banks on banks of blood you can use.
No, like if there's someone and they'd be like, "Hi, I also have A positive blood. But I'm a gay man." I'd be like, "Okay, anyway, hook me up. Like I need blood."
Well, no, it's not even.
It's not like I'm gonna catch the homosexual through your blood.
No, that's not the point. The health risks are there, so the precautions are there as well.
Well, it's not health risks.
You can still give blood. You just have to abstain from sex for 3 months.
I think that's stupid because it's not just men who can get AIDS.
No, that's right. It should be like.
Which is the thing, is because this has been in the fucking blood donor whatever for decades. Since the whole AIDS scare in like the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, wasn't it disproven that anal sex with like men isn't the reason for AIDS?
Yes.
It's blood.
Yes.
Yeah, but the thing with anal sex is that the anal cavity can bleed during anal sex, and that's why you can get AIDS.
So can your vagina.
That's true.
Get over it, Canadian Blood Society, or whatever you're called.
and then AIDS is also transferred through semen as well, which is like makes it double worse.
Life hack: just don't have sex with men. Period. Only lesbian sex from Noah.
But yeah, so I mean, like honestly, I was looking at like the precautions that we have in place now, and in my opinion, they're there for a reason, and I understand that reason, but I think that they're dumb.
They are dumb.
I think that they could change.
I mean, some of them are smart. I can't give blood because I'm anemic, which is good for me because if I gave a liter of my blood, I would pass out.
Yeah, you would die.
Yeah, I would never need my blood back in someone else's.
Yeah, exactly. But I just got really hungry. I couldn't help it.
Welcome to our mukbang.
But I don't think you should have to abstain from sex for 3 months. Or no, that's right.
Can't they just do a test on you and see if you have AIDS?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like do an AIDS test.
But it takes like 2 weeks or something to get back, don't it?
No, it's worse than that too. Is that AIDS doesn't always show up. Right? You can have
Everyone
AIDS
should
for
be doing an AIDS test. They should just take your blood and then do an AIDS test. Just freeze it until they get the results back, and if it's junk, chuck it.
I mean, that could work.
I don't know if that's possible. I dropped out of university.
Well, the bloods only go for so long, but it go for a while. That's true. They could do that. They could like refrigerate the blood, right?
Because
Label it as like risk, right?
Yeah, because you don't want to give your blood or get a test taken to see if you have AIDS or something, and then not be able to give blood for like 2 weeks while you're waiting for it, and not be able to have sex again because you're waiting for your results to come back.
Yeah, it's really
just
dumb.
for it to come back negative.
And then just have to go wait to the hospital again.
Yeah.
It's true, big brain. That's true. So yeah, literally just go and get the blood. Take the blood. All right, say like, "Okay, thanks. We'll run an AIDS test on you now too." And like, actually, crazy thing is that when you got the port in your arm for them to take the blood, they can also take the AIDS test right fucking then.
Yeah.
They can take the AIDS test and then they can take the blood.
They're very careful when they take your blood too, so it's not like it's any different of a. I don't want to say of a health risk, but they're very careful with everything they do.
Yeah, of course, and you know, as long as I don't think there's any risk for contamination once the blood's taken. Otherwise, I mean, obviously, other than it like spilling everywhere potentially.
Which that actually happened the one and only time that I was able to give blood. That happened when they flipped over the bag or something in the machine, and the nozzle like loosened, and it was a whole thing.
Oh my god! Wow.
Yeah. Only crazy things only happen when you're not around.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
In 1978, the first gay pride parade was held in Vancouver, which was the official gay pride parade. They had their official gay pride parade in 1981, which was like held by the city.
That's pretty cool.
My notes are not written very well.
Holy early
And in 1979, Montreal and Vancouver were the first Canadian cities to host an official Pride March and festival.
That's pretty cool.
Very advanced.
And festival.
Yeah.
That's doubly.
I'd love to go to a festival. This year is all virtual. Like ours is in July.
Oh yeah, we can go to Coachella and we can go to Comic-Con this year.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Get a cute outfit for Coachella. Not this one because it's full of chili and hot chocolate.
And it's free.
Way better.
Yeah.
Why would I ever pay to go down there if I can get
They should do that
Coachella?
every year from now on, honestly. Like, that's awesome.
Like, you can leave it open, let those people pay for their tickets down there and whatever. Leave them.
Well, let me fucking live stream.
Yeah, let us enjoy it too.
I don't know why this wasn't already a thing.
Literally. In 1980, Edmonton held their first Pride Festival, and in 1983, it started to become a week-long event.
Dudley.
In 1981, the Toronto police stormed 4 gay bathhouses, arresting about 300 men, which was called Operation Soap.
Oh my god, the guy in charge of that must have been like the gayest person ever. They're like, yeah, let's go storm the bathhouses. Totally.
Operation Soap.
Totally don't want to see anybody in their fucking towels.
Rallies were held and...
Arrest them for being half naked together.
This was referred to as Canada's Stonewall. The police chief formally apologized 35 years later in 2016. It took him 35 years to say sorry.
Toronto police chief?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that on the news. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that guy is what I remember thinking.
And you can think it again. And you can think it every day. I bet those people were thinking that for 35 years every time they seen him in the media.
Actually, I've seen that man in the media. I remember what he looks like. He's a generic looking, just a bald headed black dude.
Really?
Well, no, just short haired black dude. But like, yeah. Yeah. But like, I mean, like, he's probably gay though. If he fucking organized that shit, like, let's be real.
Operation Soap.
Right.
Hope I don't see any penises.
Right? Like, fuck. Yeah, throw those gay men in jail, boys. Yeah, you don't like being behind bars, do ya, boys?
Just threw all the soap in there. He was like, "Oh, you better pick it up. Operation Soap."
Yeah, he just like comes in and rattles on the bar. Shower time.
It's okay to make fun of the police chief because it took him 35 years to apologize.
Fuck that guy.
He didn't want to be made fun of. He should have apologized right away.
Yeah, really though.
In 1981, Vancouver.
Or he should have apologized 35 times the euro.
Right. In 1981, Vancouver, 200 women in Vancouver marched in their first lesbian pride. And in 1985, Toronto District School Board implemented programs to combat anti-gay discrimination after an employee there, Kenneth Zeller, was murdered in Hyde Park.
I've heard about that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at every
that was pretty messed up.
I'm pretty sure once a year at every assembly we honor that kid actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked at the school.
Wow.
He was like a teacher.
Oh, I thought it was a kid.
No.
Oh.
No, he was an employee. That was
crazy.
murdered there. Yeah. 1987, Winnipeg had their first Pride. God, my writing's awful. Some people wore paper bags out of fear of rallying in public.
Wow.
Yeah. 1988, Halifax had their first Pride March. In 1990, the World Health Organization voted to remove homosexuality from being designated a mental disorder in the International Statistical Classification of Diseases and Related Health Problems.
God, imagine if you had a lisp and you had to look it up in that.
I can. I can't believe it took them until 1990 for the
I know, right?
for the WHO to take it out. When it was like the 70s or something.
It was like the 73 or something.
When 1973 it was removed from the Diagnostics and Statistics Manual of Mental Disorders.
It took them another 17 years, sure. Fuck.
That's crazy. That's such a
I'm
long
only 23,
time.
17 fucking years.
That's like all of your life.
Fuck.
That's
What?
crazy. It shouldn't have taken you that long, who?
I mean, my mom was only born in 77. I take that in.
She's a baby. In 1991, the city of Toronto officially endorses the Lesbian and Gay Pride Day.
Good. That took that
My
long.
tongue is just like everywhere in my mouth, trying to talk right now.
Yeah, really though.
In 1992, the Canadian military allows people of any orientation to serve their country after a lawsuit settlement after dismissing a gay woman. They fired her because she was gay.
Yeah.
And then she sued them and was like, you can't do this, until they settled in court and were like, okay, fine,
we can't do this.
Just shut up real quick and we'll let people back in. It's fine.
Yeah, here's some hush money.
Yeah, just stop. So in 1993, the Supreme Court rules that gay and lesbians could apply for refugee status on the basis of facing persecution in their country. So they could come over here if they were
facing prosecution.
Yeah, if they were gonna get killed over in their country.
Yeah. Send you to the chopping block for fucking getting a hard on at some dude's titties. Canada's just like, come over here real quick. No, we love dude titties.
Ew. No one likes dude titties, Jacob.
Gay dudes like dude titties. As long as they're nice ones.
Are you sure?
I mean, I had a gay guy tell me that his favorite part about, favorite body part was somebody's calves. Like muscular calf muscles.
Yeah, well, if they got good calves.
Oh.
Whatever gets you going.
I mean, if they got strong legs, they probably got strong hips, so.
Not necessarily. I got big legs and hip problems. In 1994, the Catacombs Bar in Montreal was raided, arresting 165 men weeks after the hearing of the Human Rights Commission.
What the fuck is this? Like, it's not gay. Or it's not gay. It's not gay to be legal in... No, it's not illegal to be gay anymore, but there's still... That was a joke. But it's not illegal to be gay anymore since, like...
Since ever.
Like 72 or something.
Yeah, and the police are still like, you can't be gay over here, guys.
Yeah.
Get out of the bar, you're gay.
What the fuck?
You can't party in here, you're gay.
What the fuck?
But this is 94.
How do they keep arresting people? What are they arresting them for?
This was 3 years before I was born.
How are they arresting them? On what grounds?
Exactly. They can't.
What the fuck?
They can't. They
Bro,
literally can't.
that's so fucked too, because then, like, you get arrested for being gay at a fucking strip club or some shit.
And then, like...
They have a criminal record.
Yeah, and then they had to let you go because there's no grounds to keep you there.
Oh, they only got arrested. They didn't get like charged.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be able to after the hearings of the Human Rights Commissions because you can't do that.
That's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, not unless they were doing something illegal.
So they just go in, they bust the place, they arrest everybody, and then they just hold them for 24 hours?
For a certain amount of time.
Or however long they can legally hold them?
Yeah.
That's some fucking bullshit right there.
Yeah, just because they want to. This
So,
is why
let
people
me
want
get this
to
straight.
defund the police.
Let me get this straight. So if I was just walking along, a cop could just fucking tackle me, fucking arrest my ass, and like throw me in the holding cell for 48 hours, and then because there's no grounds to have actually arrested me, they just let me go, and they get no consequences for fucking not doing their job right. That's fucking stupid.
I mean, I don't know. I think as long if they aren't officially like charging you, you don't have any obligation to talk to them or to stay there. I think as long as they're not actually charging you with anything, you're free to leave.
Just get up and leave.
I'm pretty sure.
Crazy.
From what I've seen on Supernatural.
I don't think that's the case. That's also based on American stuff.
Well, it's also filmed in Canada.
Yeah, it was still based on American stuff.
I don't know. 1994, the first gay pride march was held in PEI. And in
Not the first gay pride march, but the first one for PEI.
Yes.
Yeah.
In 1995, the mayor of London, Ontario, was fined $10,000 after not allowing a gay pride weekend, which eventually happened in 1998.
Get fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, you got fined, and then
anyway.
the city had to pay for the parade after that.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
Take that.
And like they had to have road closures and shit to support it.
Yeah. In
That's
1995, sexual orientation was included in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
That's great.
Yeah. In 1995, the mayor of Hamilton was ordered to pay $5,000 to the complainant after refusing to proclaim Gay Pride Week in 1991.
Wow.
Yeah. 1995, same-sex couples gained legal adoption rights in Ontario. Like all this stuff happened recently.
Legal adoption. You weren't legally allowed to adopt a child as a gay person.
Before 1995.
Well then what the then I'm just not gonna say I'm gay. That's fucking dumb.
Right?
Like I'm just a single guy. I'm just gonna go adopt this kid.
I don't think
I got a male roommate.
Well, no, because the adoption agency wouldn't let you adopt if you had a male roommate, had a fear of the child, and they probably wouldn't let you because this was back before 1995, so they probably wouldn't let you adopt if it wasn't a male and woman, right?
Or if it wasn't like something they saw as a fit relationship.
Yeah.
And a single guy living
would not be like
with a roommate.
would not be like responsible, I guess, like a responsible parent, yeah, for the child.
That's so fucking dumb.
It is dumb, because like these same-sex couples can't have children because their biology doesn't allow it.
And then like also at the same time like we need people to adopt these children.
Yeah, because there's people having kids that don't want them, can't care for them, or like they're orphaned and they need a family. But you are taking like a good chunk of.
It's like a niche market. You're just refusing to fucking operate in. That's
there's so many same-sex couples that could take in these children that need homes and get them out of orphanages and foster care system, and you're just like no.
And when was that made legal?
That was in 1995. That was not long ago. That was 25 years ago.
I feel bad for humanity sometimes. Like we still got all this shit
That's
going
stupid.
on.
That's very
so
stupid.
So many problems to deal with.
No other species cares what your sexuality is or what your skin color is.
Yeah, no other species cares nearly enough as humans because like
70%
of pregnancies in the animal kingdom is due to rape. So
white Labrador retrievers play with black Labrador retrievers equally the same. They do not care if they're female or male unless they're a territorial dog. And they do not care about the color of your fur because everything they say is gray.
True.
So grow the fuck up.
Although, what is it with Then how is it that like people like train their dogs to be like aggressive towards black people? Like you can train your dog to be racist. Like it's been done. Like there's dogs that are scared of like black people or like white people or like Asian people.
Shade of grey, I guess.
I don't know.
No, I've never heard of this.
You never heard of like dogs that just freak out of black people specifically?
Yeah, I've never heard of a racist dog.
No, I don't know. I've heard of that.
Racist,
I've never seen it.
Racist humans training dogs.
Yeah, well.
But no, I never heard of it.
Yeah.
In 1996, Bill C-33, girl, what do you have written? Sexual orientation was included in the Human Rights Act according to Bill C-33 in 1996. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing here. In 1998, the Supreme Court ruled that provinces cannot discriminate after a college professor was fired for being gay. Mm-hmm. In 1999, same-sex couples have rights to equal treatment under the law after a lesbian couple broke up and one sued the other for spousal support, where this violates the charter, which is a man and a woman, and it was changed to two persons. So like
That's good.
Yeah, so it said that like
you're only entitled to those like compensation for your children or like whatever else. And
yeah, but like
if you were man and woman.
Yeah, so the entire charter just referred to man and woman constantly.
Yeah, like
which
over and over
which didn't
again.
apply to same-sex couples.
Yeah,
so now it's two persons.
It's like, oh, okay.
So like person A and person B.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So like it was made legal for them to adopt a child in 98.
No, in 95.
95, and then like they got a child in like they must have had the child for like 2 months before they broke up because it takes so long to get adopted. It was, like,
I don't think they had a kid. It was just like they broke up and like she was like, bro, I can't afford, like you're gonna have to like.
Can you do that?
I don't know.
Like if we broke up, could you do that to me?
I hope so. I can't afford this apartment alone.
Yeah, that's true.
It's also like 1 bedroom. I can't get a roommate unless they're gonna sleep with me. Spicy. In 1999, the federal government voted.
Tinder bio will be like.
Just need a roommate. Must sleep in the same bed as me and my dog. No funny business. In 1999, the federal government voted 216 to 55 in favor of preserving the definition of marriage as the union of a man and a woman.
The fuck?
216 to 55.
Only 55 people were like, yeah, marriage shouldn't matter between sexes.
Yeah, only 55 people were like, it actually shouldn't matter. And 216 were like, no, it has to be a dick and vagina, specifically.
I don't even get the whole gay thing, like, who has the vagina? Am I right? Where am I putting my dick?
What is that quote from?
Like, that's from American Dad.
Yikes. In 1995, you're gonna have to release an apology 35 years from now.
Oh my god.
In 1995, the Ontario government creates same-sex category in the province's Family Law Act, according to Bill 5.
According to Bill 5?
Yeah.
Which one is this?
In 1995. Like their bill.
In Province's Family Law Act? Oh, okay, I get you. Yeah.
So now I'm saying that like same-sex people can now have a family.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. So like legal words in paper.
Oh god.
Yeah. In 2000, BC before Christ. In 2000, excuse me.
Cut.
2 plates of chili cheese fries. Feel like I'm on the Weekenders. In 2000, Bill C-23 was passed. The Parliament passes the vote 174 to 72 for same-sex couples to have the same social and tax benefits as heterosexuals.
Oh, that's good.
Which they should have in the first place.
Yeah.
Because they're human beings. They're human beings!
Oh my god, I was gonna be like, no, they're not human beings. We're human beings.
In 2000, Bill 202, Alberta refuses to allow the same-sex marriage and then they pass the bill. Sorry, I messed up that word. In 2000, Alberta refuses to allow the same-sex marriage and passes Bill 202.
So in 2000 they made it illegal?
Yeah, like Canada was like, yeah, so same-sex marriage is fine, dandy, and Alberta was like, no, because according to Bill 202, like, you guys can say that it's legal, but we can't. Thanks.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. It was only 20 years ago.
That's fucked.
I was in kindergarten. And they were like, no. Why, Alberta, why is it any of your business who other people marry?
Alberta's fucked, why?
At me on Twitter.
The people in Parliament in Alberta don't seem to know what they're at with like social like rights at all. Like there was a lobbyist group that lobbied against the original $100 bill when it came out because the ethnicity of the person on the bill wasn't neutral enough.
It's neutral enough.
Yeah, because it
mean?
looked like an Asian person on there.
Oh.
Right? The lady, on the $100 bill, there's a lady looking under a microscope.
Mm-hmm. Was she supposed to be Asian?
She was supposed to be of neutral. Like that's what the government came out and said. Like the person on this is supposed to be of neutral race, not supposed to have a race, apparently. But Alberta wasn't happy with that, and they're like, it's not neutral enough, right? And they spent like fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars lobbying against the government to fucking make the $100 bill more neutral.
Why do you care?
Get this: the design that they proposed to the government. Now, if any of you high rollers out there got a $100 bill, you can pull your wallet and look at it now. But I don't. We can't. But no, it's totally a white person on there now. That was the design they proposed, and that was the design that the government was like, yeah, sure, because they lobbied so hard.
I mean, like, as a designer, it's difficult to create a design that pleases everybody, but you're being racist.
You can't fucking have neutral fucking, like, I get when Alberta was like...
Neutral race. Do you mean white? Because the person you made them create was white.
Yeah, the design that you proposed was a white person.
Yeah.
Well, I like that the government, like, was like, all right, well, we're going to release this $100 bill, and, like, the designer or whatever put that chick on there. And then Alberta was, like getting fucking uppity about it, like, fucking loading up their firearms and shooting them in the air and shit. Fucking playing country music real loud.
Yeehaw!
Right? Fucking driving their pickup trucks around, lobbying against the government. The government's like, all right, shut up, they're neutral race. It wasn't supposed to be a thing. It's a neutral race, and they're like, it's not neutral enough, though! Like,
oh my god. Literally, find something better to do. Look, this is how good my notebook is. All my pages are flying out.
You're like fucking...
Like the scene in Harry Potter. Ronald Weasley!
Oh
what have you done?
Oh my god. No, like, you know, you know how Sam and Dean, like, their dad's notebook, just like the demons are like, oh yeah, you think you're hot shit, and then, like, they just, like, create a bunch of wind and their pages just go everywhere.
It's very stressful.
It's only happened 3 times.
So in 2000, the Toronto police raided the...
Wow.
Take 2. In 2000, the Toronto... I'm not an actress.
Fuck.
Take 3. In 2000, the Toronto police raided an all-female event, resulting in $350,000 settlement and a formal apology, and required the force to establish cultural competency training.
Good. Cultural competency training.
Which I think they need another one.
I think they need fucking competency training.
It's about... they are well overdue for a new training. This was in 2000, which was 20 years ago, and we are having issues with the police again in 2020. It's about time.
I don't think we'd ever stopped having issues with the police.
Oh, no. It's just that more media coverage is happening right now.
Yeah, that's probably all it is.
It's been an issue since, like...
Forever.
Ever. So now people are actually like, hey, this is not cool and we're not taking it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, there's actual, like coverage about it. And they need better training. Which is why people are all about, like, defunding the police. And these boomers are like, well, who are you gonna call when you got problems? Would you call social services when your house is on fire?
I'm not call the police department. I don't call the fire department.
Anyway, what I'm saying, boomers don't get what defund the police is actually about. It just means that take the extra money you're giving them and then, like, redistribute it into training and whatever else.
Just fucking give it to veterans that don't have fucking kneecaps, man.
Veterans that aren't getting enough money from the government after they did their service and are now, like, homeless because they're not getting enough money from the government.
Yeah, no, legit. My one buddy, he's a retired veteran. Well, he's not retired. He still fucking works. He runs, like, a junk removal company, or that's what he did when I was going to college with him. But he served in the military for 8 years, and fucking. I think he got, like, dumped out of the back of a truck or something. Can't remember exactly what he told me what happened to him, but basically it left him with, like, basically no kneecaps. Like, it damaged the cartilage in his knee so bad.
That's so gross.
Basically no kneecaps. Yeah, and so Buddy can barely fucking, like, he smokes a shit ton of weed, so, like, he's not in very much pain, but, like, the government gives him a green card, and they give him, like, $22,000 a year to live on, but, like you can't live on that. Like,
not in Toronto.
Not in Toronto. Dude, he lived in Oshawa. Like, he still couldn't live, like, basically in Ontario with $22,000 a year. He had to work on the side because, like, he also had to afford his medication, right? And they don't cover your medication, right? Mm-hmm. For some fucking reason, our veterans don't get free medical coverage. They don't have, like, an insurance coverage.
That's not how it should be because most of these medical problems are happening when they're fighting.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like...
So they should be covered when they come back.
Yeah, and so he had to buy his own weed, and he had to buy his own fucking shit. And I don't know if he did have insurance coverage for, like, pills and stuff, but he had to buy his own weed. And, basically he didn't have enough money, so he had to run his side company, right? And, like, fucking...
That's not right.
Basically kill himself. Yeah. And if he didn't do that...
This man got no kneecaps. How is he working on?
Yeah, I know, right? He might as well have been fucking homeless at a point too, because, like, like, what happens when that $22,000 isn't enough, and you can't pay rent? And it's not, and you can't pay rent. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucked up.
He needs a sugar mama or a sugar daddy.
He almost got one, and she broke up with his ass. Actually,
yikes.
Kind of funny, yeah.
In 2001, 3,000 people marched together.
Oh shit. Jesus Christ.
Drama. In 2001, 3,000 people marched together in Vancouver after the death of a gay resident. Aaron Webster was assaulted and killed. I hate this notebook. This is dollar store crap.
Yeah, literally defund the police, give insurance coverage to veterans, and fucking give them a little bit more money.
And let people marry whoever they want. Let people live when they have different skin colors as you. Because it's literally just the amount of melanin in your cells.
Because, like...
Grow up. It's biology.
There's subsidized housing when you're serving.
Yeah.
But not when you're not serving. So, like, once you're a veteran, what's the fuck... Like, I don't know. Veterans should have subsidized housing, I think. And then they're $22,000 a year. And then they'd be fine.
Totally.
Yeah, totally fine.
That's what they deserve. They put their lives on the line. They put their family, like, there's so much because their family don't know if they're gonna come back the next time.
defund the police, put a VAT on Amazon warehouse, Amazon charges people to hold things in the warehouse, put a VAT on fucking warehouse space. And then Amazon would could fund, literally could fund like universal basic income, I think, on that alone. In Canada, at least, not in America. They need more VATs in America on other things. But I'm pretty sure in Canada alone, if we put a VAT on Amazon warehouse space,
value added tax.
Yeah, value added tax of say 10% on anybody who wants to store things in an Amazon warehouse, and Amazon has to pay themselves, right? And then and the person ordering the warehouse space would have to pay, so you get double the money, right, off that one VAT, and then because it's charged every step of the way, right?
Yeah.
And then that VAT would be able to fund, and then if you defunded the police on top of that, I think you could take that money and put it into a portfolio, and then take the money that you're getting from the VAT and put it in a portfolio, and use that portfolio to fund universal basic income, and then also take the money that we're giving veterans and take that away, but then also have universal basic income for them as well, right? So you have universal, or well, maybe you could opt in.
Why are you making games when you could be a politician?
Because you can't make everyone happy.
And what cares if it makes them happy? You're doing what is right.
I don't know.
And if nobody like it, they don't have to live there.
I also have political opinions that not everyone agrees with, that a lot of people don't agree with.
What, like Alberta?
Like I'm pretty left.
It's okay. I don't know what the sides mean anyway.
I guess so.
What am I?
But yeah, and then for everybody who opts out of veteran funding and into universal basic income, you take that money and you put it into that portfolio, right?
What am I? Am I left, right, or center? Or no?
You got to take a test. I don't know the questions off the top of my hand, but basically, the way you feel about certain political topics kind of determines where you stand. So like, you're very, very, very passionate about like LGBTQ rights and freedoms and social rights and civil rights. So that's all very left, right? But but like when you get to the far right of things, it's all about like conserving like these old
like
values,
the opposite.
Like the opposite, like conserving these old values and ways of thinking.
Marriage is a man and a woman.
Yeah, I don't know why that's associated with the right, because I think that's just associated with fucking just being like a boomer or just
because that's what people are taught, because like back in the Evers, people thought that in the Bible like marriage is a man and a woman, and that's how everybody was raised after that.
Yeah, but like also like the Bible was the first thing that everyone was taught to read.
But
right?
If you're going off that and you marry a man or woman because that's what your religion tells you, or that's what your family tells you, and you don't want to marry a man or a woman, you're going to be really sad.
Yeah.
And you're going to be really angry for your entire life because you're not who you actually are supposed to be.
I had this debate with someone about religion that's pretty far left, and she hates religion because she thinks that it like was a digression of like world societies basically. And my argument to her was that without some sort of hierarchy and power and control, right, we wouldn't have societies, right? And so what religion was able to do was that it was the first thing that was like, hey, look, listen, this is how you're supposed to do shit, right? Don't fucking... In the Quran it says don't eat pigs because at the time there was only wild boar there. If you try to cook wild boar and eat it, you'd fucking die of parasites. Seriously, you would die of parasites if you try to cook wild boar. And
is it true?
Yeah.
Why can't you eat boar?
Because they got so many parasites you can't cook it out of them.
Oh,
they just have parasites you can't cook out of the meat, right? Just like human meat. You can't cook out all of our parasites. You can't cook out of the shit that'll make you sick.
What about all the cannibals?
They die of sickness. They die of fucking holes rotting their brain.
Well, serves them right.
But they also get extremely sick.
We are here for LGBT rights. We're not here for cannibal rights.
Right? No, but it was the first thing that like everyone passed around and learned how to read, right? And it was like you know, in the Bible it says you shouldn't have sex with it's not only that you shouldn't lie in bed with a man if you're a man, and or no two men should lie in bed together, but it also said that sodomy was a sin, and like that makes sense to me for the time, because if you were to be sodomized, right, you could get hemorrhoids, right, you could get a fissure, right, you could bleed, you could get an infection, you could pass disease, you could die from all these things at the time, right? So if
you get hemorrhoids from anything. You can get hemorrhoids from something on coal cement.
Yeah, they didn't have them then. If they didn't have the cold back then. The fucking Middle East.
This is before the cold was invented.
This is
Cold weather was not invented when the Bible was around.
Not in that area of the world, anyway. There was cold weather, but it wasn't like you could get hemorrhoids from it. Maybe it was really cold.
You get hemorrhoids from pushing too hard when you're pooping.
Yeah, but like if I was someone who was in control and understood these things, and I wanted a society of people to grow up to the point where they reach the age where they can have sex and have children and have a house and support the economy, if I was in control, I would want them to be able to do that, right? You'd want as much of that as you possibly can, because that means more money for you on top, right?
Yeah.
So, and more power for you on top. So if I wanted that to happen, my thing that everybody can fucking read, or at least everybody tries to read, the Bible, you know, the thing that everybody goes by, right? If I had control of what goes in there, I'd be like, yeah, don't have fucking gay sex. Don't put things in your ass, because you might fucking die too young. Right?
But I mean...
Same with, like, don't eat pig, right? Like, you might fucking die too young.
Yeah, but listen, if I was a gay man and I read that in the book, and I was like, okay, it tells me not to be with another man, but I was like, I'm feeling really horny for some gay dick. Hemorrhoids isn't gonna stop me.
No, hemorrhoids will stop you if you got them.
I mean, I guess.
But
I don't know. I feel like if I wanted it bad enough, hemorrhoids wouldn't stop me. Maybe putting me in jail would stop me.
But
not if there's other men in my jail cell. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. No, but like as a general rule of thumb, like people tend not to go against the word of God, especially if like your entire society is, you know, abiding by the word of God. So,
but if you're Catholic, you can just repent.
Yeah.
And then you're fine. You can go all day. You can have all the gay sex you want, but then you have to go and tell your pastor. Be like, hey,
I thought it was Christian, not Catholic.
No, it's Catholic. Be like, yo, I had a lot of gay sex today. And then be like, say 5 Hail Marys. And then you're fine. And then the next day you can go do it over again.
I don't know if that's really how it works.
Yeah, so why not just be Catholic?
I think that's why Catholicism was so popular.
Definitely.
It's like, I can do whatever I want and God's okay with it. I just gotta tell him. Doesn't he already know, though? Isn't that kind of dumb?
He's literally watching me do it.
Oh, he just wants to know that I feel bad. Well, I don't feel bad, though. If I lie to the pastor, then he'll think I feel bad? Woo! Oh, Jesus! Oh, my God! Right?
Yeah. In 2002, the Ontario Superior... Excuse me. Try that again. Excuse me. In 2002, the Ontario Superior Court ruled prohibiting same-sex couples from marrying. What? What is written here? This one. The first one.
2002, Ontario Superior Court ruled... ruled in favor of prohibiting same-sex couples from marrying in...
is unconstitutional and violates the charter. So they basically ruled saying that you can't...
No.
You can't prohibit same-sex couples from marrying because the Alberta government passed a bill banning same-sex marriage. So the Ontario Superior Court ruled in 2002 saying that you couldn't you couldn't.
that prohibiting people from marrying is unconstitutional and violates the charter, which means that Alberta was like, get fucked. Or Ontario said to Alberta, get fucked.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
I had to work on my research skills, my writing skills.
Go Ontario.
Yeah, it was really, really good of them to be like, no. But I mean, I think that was 2 years after Alberta was like passed Bill 202, and was like,
yeah, well,
yeah,
I mean,
you can't. We're not doing it.
Sometimes, ironically, you need people that are shitty to have people that are good to look at that and be like, no, fuck you, that's shitty, and actually do something about it. Because if they didn't do anything about it, they wouldn't have ever had to do anything about it.
That's why we have Andrew Yang and Trump.
Yeah, for real. Andrew Yang came out of Trump. Oh, I want to keep reading.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's okay. You can read it. But I didn't think you could read that.
Oh, no, I can totally read it. I can read my own writing, so you're good.
Can't read you.
Exactly. So in 2002, gay men and lesbians are able to sponsor their partners in other countries, which I think is really neat. Neato. And also in 2002, NWT, what is that?
The Northwest Territories.
Ah.
See, this is why I didn't have you reading.
Very Canadian, as you can tell. Northwest Territories add gender identity to its human rights legislation as a prohibited ground of discrimination. So what does that mean exactly?
You couldn't discriminate people based on their gender identity.
Oh, that's
anymore.
Good.
Yeah.
So, like, before that, you could be like, yeah, you're not getting the job because you're gay, for example.
Or because, because of your gender.
Okay. That's cool.
Right.
So, in
like,
2000...
you couldn't get a job, like, because you're a woman, or like, you're too manly to work in a salon, or something.
I think it's funny that we have laws like this then, but now we have laws saying that if you don't have enough women on your workforce, you have to fire men to hire more women. Or I think it's funny that Kyle was let go because they had to hire more women, and they couldn't afford to have Kyle on and these new women on, and he was let go, even though he was like way more qualified. Because there's legislation about like having to have more equal labor forces and stuff, which
That's
I think is funny.
me.
But I mean, who knows? Kyle might have just said that they were not as good as he was.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
You already read this one.
Yeah.
You didn't finish.
Oh, that took till 2003.
You had to tell them.
In 2003, the first same-sex marriage was done in Toronto, at least in Canada, I guess.
Yeah.
First Canadian same-sex marriage happened in Toronto in 2003. That's fucked up.
It's a long time.
Took that fucking long. That's fucked, man.
Just like those ladies in the documentary we watched, that they were together for 7 years, and everyone was just like, oh, they're just...
Yeah. Hold on, I wasn't done with my other point, though. You kind of made me stop and then talk about that other point.
They're just our aunts or something, but they never actually came out as gay until they were like in their 90s or something.
Yeah,
which was wild.
The documentary was really cute.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Well, yeah, no, I just find it ironic that we had prohibited against grounds of discrimination, but now there's laws that say that. That's so weird. It's so weird. But in what? How did that go from that?
It didn't.
No, I know, but there's no date.
Oh.
In next 2 years, BC, Manitoba, Nova Scotia.
Oh, because this happened in 2003, so the first same-sex marriage happened in Toronto in 2003, and then in the next 2 years, BC, Manitoba, Nova Scotia, and Saskatchewan, and Newfoundland, Quebec, and Yukon, and New Brunswick followed suit and had their first same-sex marriage.
Within the next 2 years. That's awesome. And then in 2005...
Bill C-38.
Oh, I was like, BC? What? Bill C-38...
You have to take these points and form them into your own sentence.
Yeah, okay,
makes sense. Yeah. It's not as easy as it looks.
Same-sex couples legal right to marry. Canada, fourth country in the world to allow. Okay, so in 2005, Canada became the fourth country in the world to allow same-sex marriage under Bill C38. And in 2009, Toronto has its first transgender march.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's all the info we have?
Yeah, I just have I have local resources for anybody watching that that needs them.
Do you want to just put them in the comments?
I'm just gonna talk about them quickly.
Okay.
So these are local resources within Newfoundland, mostly in St. John's, but you can find all these sites online or on Facebook. So we have PFLAG NL, PFLAG NL, which actively assists in the recognition and growth of gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, two-spirited, intersex, queer, and questioning people and their families within their cultures and societies. Planned Parenthood does sexual health clinics, counseling, offers contraceptives. They offer Camp Eclipse, sexuality and gender resources and education. Quadrangle NL is a community center that is a resource for building community resilience and connection and provides support to the gay community. Trans Support NL offers outreach, education, and peer support. Parents of Transgender Diverse Kids, Newfoundland and Labrador is a public page for peer support groups for parents of transgender, two-spirited, and gender diverse children and youth. Safe Harbor Outreach Project exists to advocate for the human rights of sex workers. Trans Support Groups St. John's NL is a peer-based group that offers support to all who identify as trans or are questioning their gender identity. The MUN Sexual and Gender Advocacy is a sexual orientation and gender identity inclusive safe space with resources and peer counseling, which is located at the University Center in room 6022. Intersections is a resource center for marginalized genders working toward personal wellness, awareness, education, and advocacy. Odds and Ends LGBT plus Curling offers a curling club for the gay community. Spectrum is a community choir for LGBT plus and allies, and there's a St. John's Gay Men's Chorus.
I guess we'll put a timestamp to that. Specifically.
You can just put that down in the description.
Yeah. Timestamp to resources.
Anything else you would like to say?
I'm sad I can't go to Pride this year.
But we do have virtual. We have the Global Pride June 27th, and then we have the St. John's Pride July 10th to 19th.
Yeah, it's true.
And they're both virtual.
No, I'm sad I just can't go to Pride.
I know, I didn't get to go. Last year we were at my parents', so we couldn't go.
Yeah.
And then the year before that, I was working, so I couldn't go.
I didn't go then either, because I wanted to go with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was working during the parade.
Yeah, and then the year...
And this was the only year that I could go, because I'm in school.
Yeah, and then the year before that, I went in Toronto with my brothers and my dad.
Yeah.
And gave a lot of fucking hissy fit the whole time. Being a shithead the whole day. Didn't want to be there.
But I did order some Pride earrings and a little necklace, so I can be supportive from my home.
Yeah, although it's kind of funny, they warn in Toronto that if you have kids, to get out of the parade before dark.
Why is that?
Oh, just because...
Oh, does it get spicy?
It gets spicy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Yeah, no.
What happens? I want to know what happens.
I don't know. A lot of used condoms in the streets after, though. I'm not joking, man. People get crazy. Yeah.
Like literally just having sex in the street.
Yeah.
That's not even legal.
No, it's not. But when there's so many people doing it, it don't matter.
That is so funny. What are you going to do? Arrest all 8,000 of us having sex at the same time? You could have a Guinness World Record for most people having sex in the street.
It'd probably be easier to get the Guinness World Record for most gay people having sex in the street.
That's a good record.
Most gay men having sex at the same time.
Most gay men uneligible to donate blood.
I think my favorite I don't know why that sounded like a porn title, but my favorite porn My favorite porno I ever watched on Pornhub was.
Jake.
Hold on, no. It was old white dude fucks entire country at once, and it was just an upload of Donald Trump's inauguration.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say something so gross.
No, but that's got to
I was
easily
like, what
be
if
the
my
world
mom
record.
watches this by chance?
By chance, once. No, but like that's definitely got to be the world record. He must have fucked. He fucked like 360 million people all at the same time.
And he's still doing it.
yeah. He's been fucking them.
Get out this fall and vote, everybody. I'm Canadian, but I'm urging you to vote for America.
No,
I want my
actually,
glitter feet to calm down.
What might help is not voting, because the Russians hacked the voting machines last time, right?
Well, it's not helpful. It's not good to not vote actually, because then those people that support him will be out to vote. Obviously,
Yeah,
keep him in.
Yeah, obviously.
So always vote for someone better. And if you're a Trump supporter, get off my page. What are you doing?
Oh my god.
Get out of here.
I don't think a Trump supporter would have been around this long.
Not for an LGBT plus video.
Maybe to try and hate on in the comments.
Yeah. Faking gay.
Oh god.
Anyway, thank you all for listening and for watching. And remember to not be hateful and to not discriminate or hate on people because they like someone else based on whatever about them. Not hate on anybody because of their gender identity or who they identify as or who they love, or because of the color of their skin. If you want to hate on someone, do it because they are a Trump supporter. And that should be the only reason you ever hate anybody.
No. I don't hate people that are Trump supporters. I think people that are Trump supporters are just misguided.
Uneducated.
Mostly just misguided. Hopefully not uneducated.
Boomers.
Hopefully not uneducated. Misguided and uninformed.
Well, yeah.
And gullible.
Well, yeah, they are uneducated because if they knew any better, they wouldn't have voted him in.
No, like I said, hopefully, if you're a Trump supporter, you're not uneducated. I think a lot of Trump supporters, at least for the most part, are just either ignorant or arrogant to either arrogant to the facts or ignorant to the facts.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the same thing with people right now in Newfoundland saying that racism doesn't exist here.
It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, and
it exists more here than any other fucking
yeah,
province
and it's just
Alberta.
because they're ignorant and they're rude and they're misinformed and they're uneducated and they are the reason that racism exists because they're like, racism don't exist here, but also you shouldn't be protesting because all lives matter.
It's so dumb.
The same fucking thing.
So dumb.
Yeah.
I think Red Green was onto something when he said we're all in this together.
He also fixed everything with duct tape.
That's it. That's how we do this. We just put the government back together with duct tape.
Wrap the whole world in duct tape.
That's how we fix it. Just take the bills, wrap them in duct tape.
Wrap Alberta in duct tape.
And PEI while you're at it.
Why PEI?
They're probably worse than we are. Here in Newfoundland.
That was judgmental.
They were passing laws way later than anybody else.
Yeah, because their island is this big.
Yeah, they can't get the fucking.
They didn't even have gay people till 2005. That's why. They only have 11 people in the province.
Yeah, really though. It took to 2005 for someone to have a kid to grow up to be old enough to be gay.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh no. Realistically though, the reason that they couldn't pass any laws, or the reason they passed laws as slow as they did, is because it's impossible to get Morse code anywhere faster than takes a long time.
That's funny.
They had to Morse code the whole fucking thing to Parliament. Took them like 15 years.
That's funny. Do you have any closing remarks?
I think it's important to judge people based on their character and not on anything else.
That's important.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to hate someone because they're a Trump supporter, but I can hate someone because they're ignorant. I hate someone because they're arrogant. But I can hate someone for any reason, but I think it's important to make it sure that if you hate someone, it's because they're a shitty person. Not because of the color of their skin, and not because they like dicks in their butt. Or they like pussy in their mouth.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. That's funny.
Just saying.
Remember, vote, sign those petitions, defund the police, spread awareness, love whoever you want, and whoever doesn't support them, support you. You don't need them in your life. Who cares? You don't need unsupportive people in your life. Just get rid of them.
Dicks in your butt. What?
If you want.
If you want.
Not if you don't want.
Because then you'll be like the animal kingdom at least 70% of the time.
Just love everybody. And try and educate those who aren't. Those who need to be educated and who are making awful statements about things that they don't know anything about. And be kind.
You're rambling.
Be kind.
You've been rambling forever.
Be kind. And thanks for listening.
Stalling.
You can just call me Joseph Stalin.
Oh my God.